my goodness, I did promise you. I promised you I would give you the solution for achy, breaky sex. Well, I guess I better start. First of all, if you're having problems because you're aching, you got to ask God to help you to get up. So, y'all, I'm trying to get up. Now, for the ladies, it's very important that you learn to talk. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about how we can have better achy, breaky sex. Yeah, I said it. Have it. Remember the last time we were together, I was using the scripture that most of us use, saying that we should not withhold ourselves one from another in 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter and the 15th verse, unless it be for a time of fasting. And many of us were doing a lot of praying, not much fasting, but a lot of praying. And we decided that we wanted to do it God's way. So today, I'm going to help you with some achy, breaky sex ideas. Ladies, the first thing you got to do is you got to tell the Lord you really want to do better. That's right. I didn't say tell your husband first. You got to tell the Lord you really want to do better. So here are some things that are going to help you to do better. First of all, know what's normal for you. It's not normal for you if you know that you can't hang off the chandelier. You know you can't roll over on the floor. You need to know what's normal for you. What is going to work for you. And so once you find out what's normal for you after you talk to the Lord and you say, Lord, I know I'm supposed to be contributing to the satisfaction of my husband in my marital bedroom. But I don't feel like it. I don't even want to, Lord. Once you come to that conclusion and then you come back to the verse, but Lord, I thank you because your word is true. And you tell me in 1 Corinthians, the 7th and the 15th verse, you tell me that I cannot withhold from my husband unless it's a time of fasting and prayer. So then God is going to give you a little help. And some of the help that you need to know is know your own body, what's normal for you. Then you got to be able to talk it out. One of the reasons we don't have sex is we just figure I'm too old now. My body is all broke down. I can't do it no more. I don't want to do it no more. It's not pleasurable to me anymore. And so we don't even strive to do it anymore. So we need to be able to, first of all, talk to God about coming in alignment with what his word says. Because if we don't, that same scripture says that we leave the door open for temptation for our partners to go somewhere else and to do something else. And we don't want that to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, know our own bodies, what we can do, what's going to be good for us. If you know you can't stand on your hands and you can't stand on your head, if you know you can't flip up and down, you got to know what's normal for you. Then you got to be able to sit down and be honest with your husband and be able to tell him, I can do this, but I can't do that. I desire to please you, but there's certain things I can and I can't do. And then once you talk it out, you got to be able to say, when the situation is good to talk about, on a scale of 1 to 10 today, I'm a 7. Or you can tell your husband, today I'm only a 5. Or today I'm a 10. It's a good time. So once you talk it out, you got to have some clues that you're giving to your companion to let him know that this is a good day or this is a bad day. This is how I feel. This is what I can do and this is what I can't do. You got to be open to change. None of us like change. But it's important in any relationship, especially any healthy relationship, that we're open to change. So that means that maybe God is going to help you come out of the flannel blanket. And that might be something you can tell your companion. I'm going to take off the flannel blanket. I'm going to do a little bit better. I'm going to come out of the flannel nightgown. Because I know that flannel sometimes can be sexy, but at other times it can be a real turn off. And I'm going to put on something that's a little bit more appeasing. Now, it may have to be still long, and you might have to do a little something because sometimes people want you, your companion wants you with nothing on. But at least you got something on that's attractive. You got something on that's going to be okay. And then you got to say, well, at least let me, instead of looking all crazy, let me try to fix my hair. If you don't have an opportunity to fix your hair, get a little wig. Put your little wig on. And then lotion up. Make sure all those brown parts are not brown anymore. The scaly white parts are not white anymore, but they're nice and lotioned up. You want to take a little perfume so you smell pretty good. Put a little perfume on. So that your husband knows that even though you may not be able to function like you used to, you are trying to function. Just the little things make it a little bit better. And little things make it important. So you want to put a little jewelry on. For you ladies, put a little jewelry on. Some earrings might help. And then you might want to put on a little lipstick. Now the lipstick is good. And what you might want to do before time, put on a little lipstick. Excuse me. I don't know if I got it on straight or not. Then set the mood. Let your husband know that you are really interested. You may not be able to do what you were doing before, but there are some things you can do. You got to be able to try new things. You got to be able to change a little bit. Have your mindset to change that I want to do better. I do want to make my husband know I want to be involved with him. And then you got to ask your partner to do small things that will help you. So, like maybe a massage. And some of us, for some of us, it might mean that we have to, and I'm looking for it right here. I know I've got it. This is for the bedroom, you all. Take this into the bedroom or the living room. Sexy pillows. Do something great with your pillows. Instead of having the old blankets and all of that, you got to be able to, I had my, there it is. Some of us might have to put some rub on us to make the joints work a little bit better before we get ready to do the do. So make sure that you talk to the Lord. Tell the Lord you want to do right. Tell the Lord you really want to be pleasing to your husband. And then after you tell the Lord that, then you got to know who you are. Examine what you can do and what you can't do. And then after that, you got to have an open conversation with your husband. Let him know how you feel, what pleases you and what vexes you and turns you off. And then you got to create the proper space. That's with good looks, pillows, perfume, lipstick. And you might even want to light a candle just to let the brother know that even though you can't do the way you used to do because of physical issues, that you are and wanting to be involved with him. Well, make sure that you know how to light a candle first. So, anyway, these are some things that we can do to help us when it comes down to the achy, breaky sex. One other thing I want to talk to you about is that sometimes our physical conditions cause for us to take medication. In fact, sometimes it's the medication that causes us not to want to be bothered. So if you can time yourself, if you know your husband hasn't had any intimate contact with you for a week or so, or 2 weeks, or for some of us it's been a month, or even 6 months, if your husband hasn't had any contact with you, then what you want to do is you want to plan. So you get up early in the morning and you say, okay, well, brother going to be home around about 6 this evening, so I need to stop being so involved in everything. Around about 3 o'clock, I need to lay down for a good nap so that my body is well refreshed and ready to be able to go into that situation of intimacy with him. And then I might need to drop a couple of Motrin. Whatever it is that's going to relax me. If you need aspirin or Motrin or whatever the doctor's medications that they've given you, make sure that you're doing that because that will help your body to prepare for intimacy. So, achy breaky sex doesn't have to be achy breaky. It can be something that you can enjoy. And can I also tell you, ladies, because I'm going to deal with the men on part 3, can I also tell you, ladies, that it's important that not only that you be there, but that you be there. And so that means that you want to be involved. You don't just lay there like you're not, like, you're really dead, because you're not really dead. You just want to do some things that are important to let him know that I'm here. Stroking his head, putting your arm around him, massaging a toe, or something like that, to let him know that you're also involved in the intimacy act. So this is just a little thing to encourage ladies that if you're having physical problems, and there will be times, if you're not having them now, there may be times in the future that you will. You want to keep this in mind. If you're having physical problems and your sex is achy breaky, that you can do some things that are going to make it heaven on earth. Well, the next time I talk to you, we're going to be talking to the guys. Watch out, guys. I'm coming for you.